This webinar is for the publication of new value that we have published beginning of March, but actually the first publication of the index was back in November 2022, and it's just a follow-up of this publication with new value and a better understanding of the actual performance of the market. This index has basically two objectives. The first one is to help the players to assess the actual performance of their building compared to the typical practice of the market, based on real consumption data, and not only on predictive consumption data, but on real consumption data, to prioritize their action and their long-term action plan. Another big objective is also to help the market to disclose their taxonomy alignment, because I'm sure that you already know that the taxonomy states that a building is compliant with the EU Taxonomy if and only if it has an EPC A, or if the building is within the top 15% in terms of energy consumption for its typology and its regional area. We are providing to the market the top 15% and the top 30% for 6 typology and 6 countries where Deepki is operating today, but we are about to expand as well. So everything is public, but it's also something that we wanted to be in partnership with the market. So we have bring around this methodology a lot of expertise, a lot of feedback, both from public institution, professional association, and experts such as the RSES, but also the expertise and the feedback from our customers and other players of the industry during the past few months. All the results are accessible online on the esgindex.com, and basically, if you go on this website, you have access to all the results for the primary energy consumption dimension, but also for the final energy consumption and the CO2 emission. And then you just need to select the unit you want to display and to select the country on which you are interested in to see the results. That is very interesting to understand is the fact that Deepki is actually collecting data on more than 400,000 assets. So we have access to the consumption of the whole building, but we also have access to the precise assets energy mix. By having the consumption data and the energy mixes of every asset, we are able to produce more advanced KPI than any other initiative. And this is really a good example why we need to be sure that we are representative of every typologies and very precise typologies of the market. Typically, this is the result that we have in for the logistic market. The top of the slide, you have the distribution of the performance of the logistic assets. There is 2 different energy signature for the building. You have the dry warehouses and you also have the cold warehouses.
So what we did for the existing assets, for the acquisition of existing buildings, we certainly looked at primary energy because we thought it's best, because usually regulation works with that. But it does take into account the type of energy source that you're using effectively. That's why, in fact, you have to know the energy mix. The 15% rule is effectively trying to be fair across markets. That is automatically applying the same kind of making eligible the same share of the market across every country. But for the new constructions, we initially asked for, I think, 15% maybe better than NZEB, and then the Commission decided to bring it down to 10%, so that you're doing something a little bit more in terms of energy efficiency than what is required by law, effectively. On the contrary, for the renovations, because we want to incentivize renovation rather than kind of incentivize new constructions, we went for the idea that every major renovation, which is a specific category following from the old EPBD, as it is implemented in every country. So every major renovation is applicable, but then you also have the alternative rule, which is you have to deliver at least 30% energy savings. So the metrics that is just mean, we're using primary energy or we're using final energy. It's being sure that the methodology that is used behind to calculate those figures are aligned and consistent.
One of the latest production of Deepki, which is our white paper on the link between the ESG action topic and the actual asset value of the market. So it's very interesting white paper that you can download on the website.